Heard you.
Boom shakalaka, you already know the vibery. It is Friday. It's KVN. Who run the city? It's tea time. It's Big Fan Breezy. You already know. You know what I mean? Preseason has kicked off. Fangame tomorrow is a beautiful time for basketball. WNBA playoffs is cooking. It's basketball Christmas.
Right. Long awaited, man. I'm anticipating it as well. This fan game been pushed back for like 2-3 games, 2-3 dates.
Yeah.
Liberty playing right now. They could possibly sweep the Aces. I don't know if that's happening. Um, I mean, I guess we could start with ladies since we gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? The Liberty, they up 2-0 on the Aces. This is big for the Liberty. A lot of people saying this do it now, or that it's about now. It's not about trying to go reset. Nah, be trying to. And if they put their foot on the gas and they win tonight, that sends a message to whoever their next opponent is. Excuse me. This is the Mamba instinct, that killer instinct. You know what I mean, for lack of better words. You know what I'm saying? If they could do this, I know Aces are home, but nah, it's not supposed to matter. Go in there, y'all handle business tonight. Oh yeah. And let me just say it before y'all hear from somewhere else. I was playing basketball yesterday, and I was guarding a female, and she scored 4 points. Now I'm gonna tell y'all how she scored 4 points, because it's not like she hit me with a tween cross tween and then scored 4 points. No, she went around two screens, clean screens. She ain't have a lot of time. Like, I got around it, but she released the jump shot before I got around the screen, and she knocked it down. She was like 3 for 4. No. She was 2 for 4. I think she missed like one shot when I was guarding her. Case in point is women can hoop. Now, I'm not necessarily a fan of the WNBA, but them doing this in the Barclays is just like right there. It's happening where the Brooklyn Nets play. So I know about it. I hear about it. I feel the energy, and they got the city on. They got the city up right now, man. Yeah, everybody talking about the Nets or the Knicks who gonna win it first. It might be the Liberty. If the Liberty get past the Aces, they got a good chance to win the WNBA championship for the first time ever.
I agree with that. If they get past the Aces, might as well just start writing the Liberty name on the chip. Yeah, I mean, might as well start, because neither the Sun or the Lynx could do anything with that team on the Liberty. The Liberty, excuse me, the Aces is by far the biggest challenge in this playoffs for the Liberty, and they're handling them. You know what I mean? So hopefully they get this dub tonight. They're not playing right now. The Sun and the Lynx is still playing. It's fourth quarter, 7 minutes left. The Lynx is washing up the Sun. The Sun's something vicious. You know what I mean? But
Okay.
yeah, nah. I became more of a fan of the W this season, but the Liberty last season caught my attention and made me start like tuning into a lot more games because of the Liberty. But this season with the whole Caitlin Clark and injury saga, I've been definitely tuning in a lot more, especially because I'm on DraftKings daily. You know what I mean? So so yeah,
Nah,
you know,
facts. Yo, I be trying to come up, man. Let me not hold you, bro. Like I said, my $5, I work hard for it, but I'll let $5 go. You know what I mean? Like, again, on the DraftKings and this FanDuel. Now, if I like DraftKings, whatever, but it's both the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not encouraging betting. Let me just stop there. But what I will say, it is fun. It's fun to come up off of a game, and it's like, to me, it's like the game, basketball. I swear, when I win a parlay, bro, I'll be like, wah, wah, I'll be feeling like I'm on top of the world. Like, but that's neither here nor there.
last year this was happening a lot. Like, you know, I worked like mad doubles, and especially last year I was working like a whole lot more than I'm working now. But when that parlay hit and it's over a certain amount, You know what I mean, I'm giving back some of them extra days. I'm not going to work. I, I just hit for 400. I'm not going to work. What do you? Hello, I'm not coming in today. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, nah, but it is definitely fun. But yo, shout out to the Liberty, shout out to the WNBA for starting to get the recognition that they deserve. Yeah, I mean, and hopefully that could turn into some chicken for them in the long run. My God, Jay.
He told me he had a whole backstories on how we had a Nick hat, and he remember me buying it from the store, and everything. Like he's a little kid. He's about 40 years old or something. So I don't know how he be having all these backstories and where these Nick hats be coming from. Are you wearing this hat tomorrow? You better not wear this hat tomorrow. He say go and put it in his bag. Um, Yo, yeah, nah, we gonna be out there. Shout out to Fries Taz because he did pull up to one of the fan games. You know what I mean? When we had
All
the
the way
date,
from
set the
PA.
date. Yeah, when we had set the date, time, and all of that, he did show up from PA. It was like around his birthday. I remember it because of that. So shout to Fries Taz.
Yeah. What you
I
call
think
it?
it's that. Did I not been the whole attack the whole podcast?
What you call it? Yeah, he pulled up all the way from PA. That was dope. You know what I mean? Yeah, that was dope. All the way from PA on his birthday weekend. On top of that, boy. You know what I mean? But yeah. Shout out to the Liberty, man. And hopefully they get the chip. You know what I mean? Making the city look good. Definitely the best team that plays in the Barclay. You know what I mean?
Hold on, Leaf Diggy said, "True to the game. I hit a parlay. I ain't going to work neither."
Facts. So I guess we can get right into it. Fan game tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, man. What park we going to, man? Like again, this whole thing. I get what you're saying. The only reason why it was someone who said that it was going to be busy there, like Tompkins Square Park. I forgot who said that, but
It
I
was
don't
Jimmy
know if
J
it's
one.
true or not. I don't
Yeah,
know if it's true.
Jimmy J one said it. The park might be crowded
Mhm.
tomorrow.
But yeah, because let's call it what it is. If you say it's going to be 75 degrees and tomorrow is an October day, we know that's the last bit of good weather. This is like, I don't want to like sit downplay it, but if you don't want to go to Tompkins Park, you could go to Central Park, you could go to Tompkins Square Park. I know about this park because I cut through this park when I did Instacart and yada, yada, yada. But the point is it's a beautiful park. And I ain't gonna hold you. If they got basketball courts there, I ain't really never seen no basketball courts there when I was cutting through it and all that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
they do.
fiberglass backboards is nice. So if y'all want to go, but I don't know if it's gonna be busy. That's you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. That's the only thing. But it could be like even if we decide to go to Brooklyn, the Brooklyn Bridge Park, it could be crowded there too. That's a very popular park. You know what I mean? Like it's a very popular park. We just decided to go there when when it's the hottest days in America. So
Yeah, it was mad hot, yo.
yeah,
I ain't
yeah.
doing none of that dumb shit. I'm not eating no chicken and nothing like that before I play basketball. I never do that. After that day, I've never done that. Like yeah, man, like I'm careful for real. So I'm gonna make sure I'm ready, man. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all see Hoodie Mellow. I'm Hoodie Breezy, man. You know what I mean? Come up there like with the hoodie on, you know what I mean? Looking to get that workout, man, for real.
I don't,
I
I
took
don't
the
know.
day off of work to come give Nick
I don't
fans
know.
that work.
I don't know
You
which
know
Nick
what
fan you
I'm
talking about, but it's definitely in the daytime.
saying? I'm
Definitely,
talking about all the Nick fans, you, JJ.
definitely in
I
the
think
daytime.
I don't know. I give Kev the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? But JJ talking like he definitely gonna be there. I know you're gonna
Nah,
be there.
he say he pulling up. He say he pulling up. He say he might not stay long, but he pulling up. Uh,
Okay, but if 1 to 5, which is the time, 1 to 5 is I like that. 1 to 5 is good. You could get some good basketball in from 1 to 5.
but yeah, but I ain't touching basketball all summer. I'm straight off the couch, and I'm gonna win because I'm T-Top. You know what I mean?
Man, I could tell you that basketball is one of the fastest evolving games in sports. And the more you out there, the better your game is, bro. Like that's all I can say. You know what I mean? But
Bro, just
I
because
know I'm playing to win, so I want to.
listen, Bree, just because you out there watching Jay play basketball, that don't mean you got better, bro.
No, listen, I won't hold you. I was out there hooping. I was hooping today. I played versus my son. I played with my son. Sometimes I do the drills. Like I said, I was playing. A girl was out there. She was hooping. These dudes playing in high school, like seniors trying to go to a D1, 2, or 3 school. Like these dudes is out there hooping. You know what I'm saying? Aspirations of making a high school team. I'm in my 40s trying to hoop with them, bro. Like trust me, they keep me in good condition. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here hooping with them. And you know me, if I leave the court and I ain't hurt, if I ain't leaving with no back, I never had no back injury since that. I'll be stretching like a motherfucker, bro. Pause. But like, bruh, I don't play that shit. That injury was no joke. I will never forget that shit. That shit was life changing. Facts.
Yeah, I mean, we outside tomorrow, 1 p.m. at Tompkins Square Park. Pull up
Mhm.
if you're available. Yeah, I mean, it's always a vibe. You can ask anybody who pulled up to any of the other KVN fan game events, and they had a blast. It was definitely a good time. And there's no food this time. I mean, usually
Mhm.
there's food there of some sort. You know what I mean, I said after that last time I barbecued, I said I'm never doing that again. This clip. That was too much work.
I was about to
Stand,
say that's more of a once we like keep doing it summer after summer, you know what I'm saying? And I was thinking about that too. Like shit, man, how much basketball life I got in me left, you know what I'm saying? I'm in my 40s. I'm thinking like, yo, if I could stay in good condition, like you could really hoop. But what I will say is emphasis on the stretching. Bro, that shit is absolutely necessary. If you think you could go out there in your 40s and hoop without stretching, and I'm not saying just playing basketball, I'm talking about you could be off the couch and if you like don't stretch, that's crazy work. If you stretch and you off the couch, then that's different. That's way different. It makes a ton of difference. And I'm saying that to say I don't want to see nobody get hurt, especially Big Fan Breezy. You feel what I'm saying? Don't want to see me get hurt. So yeah, man, I would advise anybody who's trying to hoop tomorrow, don't come out there trying to get bragging rights. You're better off making sure you don't hurt yourself. That's the best thing you could do. Stretch before you play. It's not a game, man. It's not a game, man. I don't know how many people coming, man. Like I said, I think JJ, me, you, Barry. I know my guy Jay can't show up.
and Kev is like he might show up. He said he might have something to do. If he don't, he pulling up. You know what I mean?
Kev,
Uh,
I know my son coming, so he count. So that's five, six people.
Kalia
Um,
Kalia pulling up. You know what I mean?
that's seven. He count. She count. Yeah, man, this is gonna be fun, man. And I guess we could like part or whatever while we waiting for the next game, if that's the case. I mean, at most, you know what I mean. Because again, man, it- I don't know what this park is gonna look like. On Google, it's beautiful. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So hopefully, but it ain't gonna show how many people gonna be at the park. You feel what I'm saying? So it's not like that. So
Facts. But we're gonna see what's up. We definitely gonna see what's up. Tomorrow's going down. Uh,
mhm.
I guess what's the next topic on the different news?
Oh, well, I would know. I watched the episode, so I was watching last episode. And again, hearing you talk about Randall and how he not gonna get traded because some blogger named Big Nick Energy he signed with the jerseys and it was supposed to be all cap, and to see how things turned out, it's like I couldn't wait for this moment. Actually, you know what I mean? I was really waiting for this all day,
Do
for
what
real.
now?
To
To
for,
do
for the
what?
fact to for the to say that again, the whole plan of, and again, this is me just kind of regurgitating what you said about how they see the big picture, and they was a Julius Randle and a Jalen Brunson, and you explained on how OG was getting the contract, but it's supposed to be a bigger purpose, and that's why Randle and Brunson did what they did. Meanwhile, I'm looking at it like OG, he for one got the biggest contract, regardless of the semantics. Second off, Randall, he sacrificed all that for a quote unquote bigger star, and that bigger star got him out of the picture. It's not like I got Randall and Cat. It was Randall or Cat. So now y'all got Cat. And just for Randall having to take a short contract, for him to go to the Wolves on like this without the contract he could have got, I feel like he got the short end to the stick on the business side of basketball. So, I
Yeah,
mean, it's just,
yeah.
and I don't think Macau can score like DiVincenzo. I think DiVincenzo is a better scorer than Macau Bridges, man. He just is,
Well,
man. Like,
well,
Macau Bridges ain't never scored 39 points in a playoff game. So,
listen.
do with that what you will, man. Like,
You know, before DiVincenzo came to the Knicks, he ain't never do that neither. You know what I mean? So now Mikal Bridges on the Knicks, who know what he's going to do. But to address, and you saying that, I like Devo. Devo's my guy, but he's not a better scorer than he's a better shooter. I give you that. But a better scorer, that's not. It's not even
then
close.
Macau Bridges, yeah.
Mikal
Yeah,
Bridges is a better scorer, and it's not even close. You know what I mean?
it's very cool.
But yeah, until the day that DiVincenzo averaged 20 points a game for a whole season, then you talk to me. Until then, you can't tell me he a better scorer and he's never averaged over a season over 15 points a game for a whole season. He's never done
He
that.
never had that opportunity with Macau. Macau only did it one time in his career, and that's
But,
what with the Brooklyn Nets.
but regardless of the fact, you can't tell me if he's better and he's never done that. You know what I mean? Like you can't tell me that. But anyway,
Well, it's
back
fair
to
to
the
say I warned you.
back to the original uh back to the original thing about Randall being traded. First and foremost, I'm still not happy about the trade. You know what I mean? But I think what made Randall the trade happen was Mitchell Robinson not being ready for the start of the season. I think the Knicks was well prepared to go into the season with Julius Randle as the power forward, uh, and and Mitchell Robinson at the five. But Mitch not coming back to approximately January lit a fire under the Knicks to make this deal happen. And big Knicks fan energy was capping because there was Julius Randle jerseys in the New York Knicks shop. That's where I was saying he said that they weren't selling Julius Randle's jersey and was insinuating that the trade was going to happen. I said that's cap because Julius Randle jerseys was being sold, and we didn't get the news about Mitchell Robinson till after that incident. I mean, a few weeks after that incident, I think the Mitchell Robinson news facilitated the trade. I think it sucks. I mean, because Julius Randle, started something here. I mean, this movement started with him. I mean, but the NBA is a business. I mean, it's definitely a business. You gotta do what you gotta do for the betterment of the team. At the end of the day, I'm a Julius Randle. I like Julius Randle, but I'm a Knicks fan. So there go that. I mean? Shout out to Julius Randle. Thank you for everything that he did for the squad. But he a wolf now. He a op. You know what I mean? We're gonna cheer for him when he pull up. But after that, you know the vibes. You know what I mean? Wish him the best when he not playing the Knicks. You know what I mean? But when he playing the Knicks, yeah, op now. It is what it is. You know what I
That's
mean?
crazy. Yo, and again, and like I was listening to the podcast and I heard Mrs. Nick say that Randall Moms is following the podcast, and
Absolutely.
I I know I shout to her, shout to that, you feel me? Hey, I just feel like at the end of the day, when you contrast his numbers, and this is what y'all always used to preach, when you look at his numbers and contrast it to who else is doing that in the league, it's only the top guys, the best NBA players in the league. And my thing is, I don't think Randall lets Draymond Green put Rudy Gobert in a headlock. So they got tougher. DiVincenzo, you know he tough. You seen him next to Brunson, and again, DiVincenzo to pour salt on the wound. I feel like he allowed Brunson, him and Hartenstein allowed Brunson to be so dangerous. You cannot double Brunson. And ISO wise, Brunson could score anybody, right? We're not finna debate that. Especially when DiVincenzo making the defense pay. You try to do anything like you want to leave the jump shooter in the DiVincenzo, Brunson making you pay. He finds DiVincenzo because of the chemistry they got, maybe through the Villanova thing, Villanova college championship team, maybe because of that. Um, Legendary duo. I could say that now they're not together. I think that run that they had, it shouldn't have ended. It seemed like it didn't reach its full potential. I thought y'all were really cooking up something with DiVincenzo next to Brunson. I thought y'all was dangerous. You know what I mean? And that's because I seen them in the playoffs. Like, Brunson, I seen him the season before that in the playoffs, and he carried a lot of the weight in the playoffs because Randall, you know what I mean, really didn't help. And DiVincenzo helped Brunson in the playoffs. So I just thought that the Knicks will prioritize the DiVincenzo and say, no, y'all want Randall and Cat just player for player. Let that happen. The fact that DiVincenzo is not there, I'm not going to hold you. That shows that the business of basketball does outweigh relationships. And I thought different between the Knicks organization. I thought that the Villanova thing was going to really happen between all four of the guys. Not all four, all three with McCallum. No, four with Josh Hart. All four of them. Yeah, I thought it was going to happen. And since it didn't happen, I don't put y'all in that 60 win column no more. I'm not saying y'all not gonna be a good team, but when I agreed when I didn't debate you about y'all having 60 wins, it was because respectfully with the Villanova thing, and also with Randall being healthy, and even with Mitchell Robinson not being healthy, as a fan, I wouldn't have panicked. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have panicked. I would have just looked at it like, yo, why trip? Look how successful we was without him. But not having Hartenstein and Mitchell, I don't know, man. Y'all like the third seed, fourth seed now, man. Y'all not toggling 1 and 2, man. Y'all like third, fourth seed now.
No. We're definitely gonna be between 1 and 3. That's a fact. Uh, but you know, I think because you were very long winded, but to address some of the stuff that you were saying, uh, the thing about DiVincenzo, I think, I would have loved to see him stay. Like that was another difficult part of the trade. DiVincenzo leaving. Uh, but at the same time, after I had time to sit and think about the trade, Deuce McBride made DiVincenzo just a little bit more expendable. You feel me? Because Deuce McBride, if you watched him in the postseason, he had some really good games shooting the basketball. That's a fact. And he's a top notch defender. You know what I mean? Top notch elite defender. So I think he made him just a little bit expendable. I think the front office did, press the panic button just a little bit when they got the news of Mitchell Robinson. But all in all, I I don't think we fell off that much, if at all. You know what I mean? Uh, and I'm gonna tell you why. Cat's best seasons of his whole career was playing under Coach Tommy T. At one season, he averaged 26, 10, and 4 with 2 blocks per game. And the next season, he had 24, 10, and 3.5 with 2 blocks a game. You know what I mean? And that's all under Coach Tommy T. You know what I mean? I do sometimes have questions about Cat's toughness, but this you mentioned him letting Rudy Gobert get choked out, but he also squabbled with Joel Embiid. You didn't talk about that when he was squabbling with Joel Embiid. You feel me? And Like how he's soft because another guy got choked out is crazy. That's crazy. Like, yo, bro, like, yo, it's like we outside. Somebody, God forbid, somebody hem you up, and I ain't get there quick enough. You be like, yo, you buns for that. And I'm like, yo, bro, what you talking about? You the one that got choked. You can't do that,
Um,
right?
that's crazy. But what I'm saying is he was right there. Like, okay, for instance, Draymond is Steph Curry's enforcer. So if there was ever a time somebody looked like
I
they
got
was
more to,
even gonna go close to Curry,
I got more
Draymond
to,
Green gonna step up.
I got more to say, and I want to be too long winded about
Go ahead, go ahead.
who getting choked out and all that. Pause. It's crazy. Uh, but yeah, nah. He stood up for himself and he squabbled with Joel Embiid. And you know how Joel Embiid is. He like to try to pick on people. Cat wasn't with the shits and they squabbled. That showed me a lot. And then he's coming to a team with nothing but certified dogs. OG Anunoby, McCall, Josh Hart. You know what I mean? Dudes coming off the bench. They not like in your face talking shit kind of dogs, but they the grinded out gritty toughness. JB like all that's going, and then you got a hard nosed coach and Coach Tommy T. That's gonna rub off, man. That's gonna rub off. Pause. Uh, and the reason why I say that we continue to be between 1 and 3 is because Cat's playing the 5, which is gonna be good for us, and I like this. The only player that I'm worried about Cat having a guard is Joel Embiid. Other than that, it's quiet. I'm not. Nobody else put fear in my heart when it comes to my team guarding them, bro. Not Boston. We got guys to check Boston. We got guys to check Boston. We got McCall and OG to check Tatum and Brown. We got Hart to check White. You know what I mean? Like we match up really well against everybody in the East. Everybody. There's not one team that I look at and be like, yeah, I don't know if we could beat those guys. Even the Sixers, we match up well against them, except for that center matchup. And God willing, Mitchell Robinson will be healthy in the playoffs, and he'll be able to check Joel Embiid, and we'll be 1 and 3. I don't have us winning 60 wins anymore. Because when I said that, I was also under the belief that Mitchell Robinson would be healthy. But I still got it between 55 and 57, like 55, 58. You know what I mean? I got it still between there. But yeah, we gonna be all right, man. I ain't worried about nothing. Cat gonna be all right. Welcome to New York, man. You already know. He put on the Knicks jersey. I ain't got nothing else bad to say about him. You heard?
I listen, man. Of course not. You a Knicks fan, but that's where I come in. And again, this is what I'm saying. For one, he got to make sure he not distracted by all of the mamacitas. They got the Washington Heights right up the way.
He already
You
got a
know how.
he good. He already got a baddie on his arm. He good.
Just saying, he was living in Minnesota. Living in Minnesota, staying focused is different from living in New York City. A lot of the bright
Have you
lights is here.
have you
Who
have you
knows if you know what I
have you
mean?
seen
Like, I don't know, man.
have you seen his joint?
Nah, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I
Bro,
didn't see it.
he gonna be all right, my bro. I'm trying to tell you. Big Fit Breeze, I'm trying to tell you. He gonna be all right, my bro.
And on top of that, I gotta disagree. First off, Michael Skeen, let's not do that, bro. Like, I might not be a bigger fan than you. I might not know the history like you. I might not have been there rooting the same time you were. But at the end of the day, they play at the Barclays. Why we gotta do this, my brother? My Nets fan brother, we don't have to do this, especially in front of Knicks fans. I digress.
Yo,
And
Leaf.
again,
Yo, Leaf. He's still better than everybody on your whole entire roster,
you
bro.
you
Relax.
can't.
He's better than he's better than everybody on your roster, bro. There's not one player on your roster that's better than Cat.
That's
Not even
neither
close.
here. That's not neither here nor there. He's there to win a championship. And on that note, him being the five under Tibbs and this and that. Let's call it what it is. Let's put our cards on the table. When it came to them making the roster for them to compete for a championship to reach the Western Conference Finals, because Cat was uncomfortable playing the five. That's why they got Rudy Gobert and gave up so much for Rudy Gobert at that. So case in point is him being the five on the Knicks ain't scary to nobody. As far as matching up with him, we got clacks. I guarantee you, y'all ain't sleeping the Knicks. I'm the Nets. I guarantee y'all not sleeping the Nets. I guarantee y'all not sleeping the Nets. I know that. Y'all not sweeping the Nets. Y'all not sweeping us. We got clacks. We got Clowney. He going. That's a long night. That's a long night for that kitty cat. That kitty cat gonna need more than 9 lives for that night. Connie and Combs, it's a long night.
He said we got clacks.
Bro, you know this is cat. It's not. It's definitely not y'all. Yeah, y'all gave up all y'all what y'all supposed to do. Y'all gave up chemistry for a player. Y'all saved all of this cap room for a bigger player, and that bigger player is Cat. I'm not jacking it. I'm just not jacking it. Well, how far did they go in the playoffs with Tibbs when he was with Tibbs?
But they didn't have JB. That was with Jimmy Butler. You know what I mean? That was with Jimmy Butler. And that Jimmy Butler was more of a problem in that locker room than he was a solution. You know what I mean? Jimmy Butler was trying to get paid more than Cat, and he caused the issue in that whole situation. That's why they didn't make it further than they did. You know what I mean? And as far as them doing the Twin Tower thing, that was a nasty work on the Timberwolves front office side. You know what I mean? They thought they could do David Robinson, Tim Duncan. That's nasty work on their side. And again, you still can't refute the fact that statistically, Cat's best seasons are under Tibbs on the defensive end and offensive end. You know what I mean? It's a whole different scenario and a whole different role that he's playing now coming over to the Knicks. You feel me? Because even though Jimmy Butler is tough, he ain't a scorer like Jalen Brunson, bro. Jimmy Butler is a high level two-way scorer. I mean a two-way player, but he ain't going out there just handing out mad buckets on every night-to-night basis. Jimmy Butler, he'll give you 30 one night and then give you 15 for the next 3 games, bro. It's different. It's different. Their team didn't have all the wing defenders that we have. You know what I mean? That team wasn't built the same, bro. Like, you can't compare that. You know what I mean? You can't compare that.
Man, this is a lot of this is a lot of speculation, and again, it's contingent on the player Mikal Bridges, which I think is hilarious. Anytime me and you we did the podcast, you see me complain about Mikal Bridges and tell you how it ain't it, and all you do is say, "Oh, we're going to get him back to his role where it's supposed to be," and a lot of that seemed to be true before the trade. Option wise, I gotta ask. Now, without asking, I looked at it like Jalen Brunson gonna be the number 1 option, of course. So you're gonna have him and Cat, the 1 and 2 option, and then I guess everybody get in where they fit in. But if they were to be specific, to make Mikal Bridges the 3rd option, it's ridiculous. He is not this legit 20-point scorer that y'all think he is. And I disagree. I would debate with T-Tom all night about how DiVincenzo is a better jump shooter than Mikal Bridges. I'm going to try to follow it up with some stats to prove it. And he gets to the basket and finishes way better than Mikal Bridges. I don't even see how he disagree with me about that.
No, that's cat. Because I actually watch Knicks games and I watch DiVincenzo blow layups all night. What are you talking about? I
actually watch Mikal Bridges blow layups all night.
I watched DiVincenzo blow layups all night. You feel me? And nobody ever argued that DiVincenzo is a better 3-point shooter. That I never made that argument, but I'm saying as an overall player, Mikal Bridges is better. And as far as who's the third option between him and OG, it's a 3A 3B situation. They're both equally going to share that third option a scoring load. Pause. You know what I mean? That's what it is because OG is averages about 16, 17 points a game. And that's what we're gonna be looking for Mikal Bridges between the 15 and 17 point per game range. Like we don't need him to score 20 plus points like he had to score over there with you guys, with nobody else to help create offense for him but himself. He had to go out and get his own buckets every night. He don't have to do that as a Knick. You know what I mean? You don't have to do it. It's a whole different situation. You're disappointed because you needed Mikal Bridges to be a star. We don't need him to be a star here. Yeah, y'all needed him to be a star because y'all had nobody else. Y'all traded KD for him. Y'all needed him to be a star. I remember. Don't do that. Don't do that.
We
Because
didn't
in
need
the
him to
first
be a
year,
star on the
do that.
offensive side of the ball.
The first year when he got here and he was scoring buckets, you was talking hot shit. Mikal Bridges gonna be an all-star. He on his way to being a star. Y'all needed him to be a star because that's where y'all was at that point. Now it's a whole different trajectory for your team. Y'all in rebuild mode. Y'all wasn't all the way committed to a rebuild mode where Mikal got there. Y'all was still trying to win. That was still trying to win. Now it was a whole different scenario for both teams and him. You know what I mean? For him, it's a whole different scenario coming over to the Knicks. He know it's less pressure on him to be the guy to go get a bucket every night. He could focus more on the defensive end. He got guys that can help create offense for him. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to be fine. He's going to be fine.
I don't know. He looked like a weak link to me, and I feel like he owed me that $5 I lost to you in the bet because I said that the Nets wasn't going to get swept last season, and I wound up having to give my hard-earned $5 to a Knicks fan. Now, again, I think Mikal Bridges owed me $5. I think there was canoodling involved. I think there was definitely laughs and giggles after the game with those said Knick players who are in commercials with Mikal Bridges. They're not even talking about the sandwich. They're not even talking about how good the tacos are. Who said anything about beans and rice? They said nothing about the guacamole, nothing about the dip. It was all a ploy to make Mikal Bridges favored by the Knicks fans to know that he is on his way. If there was ever a call to say, hey, I'm on my way, it was Mikal Bridges with Josh Hart in the commercial saying, don't worry about losing to the Nets. You see them obvious on stage, like, yeah, I'm gonna help keep that going. Like what? You was helping to keep it going when you was on the Nets. You was helping them win then. So of course you're gonna help them win when you on the same team because you was on their team wearing the Nets jersey. What hurt my net fan spirit? And why you owe Big Fan Breezy $5? Mikal Bridges, you owe Big Fan Breezy $5 because I bet you this season. I'll bet Mikal Bridges. I will bet you $5. If I knew you, I will bet you $5 that this season the Brooklyn Nets will not get swept by the New York Knicks. Yeah, that's a fact, bro.
You want to
That's a
bet
fact.
another?
You see me?
You want to bet another $5?
I want to bet another $5. I want to bet my $5 right now
Yeah.
before the
All right.
season even
Y'all heard it.
starts.
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. I'm
The
about to
Brooklyn Nets
I'm
is
about to
not
put
getting swept.
$10 up on Big Fan Breezy, and it's going to be glorious because we're gonna pack
Nah,
we're gonna pack you guys. And before look,
nah.
I want what did the great SpongeBob say? And I'm gonna use this for your soliloquy. Imagination, because
You're
that
not
was a
scared
whole
of
bunch.
me.
That was a whole bunch of imagination story that was just made up with backed by no substance in fact. Because the fact of the matter is, Sean Marks said that Mikal didn't ask for a trade. Sean Marks is the one who decided to trade Mikal to the Knicks. So where's this? He was trying to get over. Nah, Sean Marks decided that. Sean Marks decided that. You got to
I'm
stop.
taking
Yo,
them
listen.
to fan court.
You got to let that hurt go. He's in a better. Mikal's in a better place now. You know what I mean? He's in a
I'm
better
taking
place
him
now.
to fan court. Let the fans decide. I'm taking him to fan court. Fans, y'all decide. Y'all gonna know whether or not he's guilty or not. Y'all tell us. Now, I'm asking y'all genuinely to look at the evidence at hand. Do not look at Big Fan Breezy's dislike and disdain for Mikal Bridges because Brooklyn Nets were winning in the win column when it was versus the Knicks. Glory. But Knicks fans will say, "Oh, y'all didn't win the championship." Big Fan Breezy, is that your glory? Yes. And Mikal Bridges took that away from Big Fan Breezy, but you ain't break my spirit. I still got my net fan spirit. So, like I said, he owed me $5, and at the end of the day, I said enough, man. I said enough. Y'all not going to sweep us, and it's just like that. Y'all see us make the bet. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that. Now, I'm gonna say this for the Minnesota Timberwolves. I feel like they won. I feel
Fact.
like they won that trade because of DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo showed that he can show up in the playoffs, and the season prior, Brunson didn't have no real help in the playoffs. They tried to give that role to RJ, versus the Heat, and he was good like in the first half, but he really can't hold it down for real.
You talking
As
about
some,
2 seasons ago?
yeah, all right, 2 seasons ago. So, but my point is, besides Brunson, the only playoff player that I seen come alive on the
Whole team,
offensive side of the ball
whole team was
is
injured
DiVincenzo.
because the whole team was injured.
Bruh, I'm just saying what I seen. I ain't saying why I seen it. I'm just saying that's what I seen. You know what I
Con-
mean?
con-
Like,
Context matters, Big Fan Breezy. Context matters. Like you see that see, I'm not even going. I
so,
ain't even
so
going
let
to
me
take it there.
no,
But
no, no. Let me ask
context
you this.
matters.
Let me ask you this. Context matters. Mikal Bridges scoring 39 in the playoff game. Is he stepping up, helping Brunson? In your opinion, in your estimation?
If we don't need him to, we don't need him to. And I think he could do that? Yes. You know what I mean? But we don't need him to.
But you keep saying that the Knicks was injured. OG came back. He got injured in the playoffs. How you know he's not going to get injured in the playoffs again? Randall was
We don't.
injured. He wasn't there.
Like I said, I just literally just said we don't need him to do that, but I believe he can. You know what I mean? But you never know what happens when it comes to injuries. You feel me? But context matters, bro. You know what I mean? And you did miss the fact that before OG got injured, he was going on for like 20 point, 28 point games, 29 point games in the playoffs. Facts. You didn't mention that Deuce McBride came off the bench a couple times and had like 18-point games coming off the bench. You know what I mean? Like these things matter. Like you feel me? Like it was JB, but it wasn't just JB. And you didn't mention that in the playoffs against the Sixers when they tried to leave Josh Hart open, he went like 5 for 5 from 3 point range. You feel me? Like so again, it wasn't just JB and Dante. It was a collective effort that got us as far as we did. But ultimately, the injuries started to pile up even higher with OG getting hurt, with Josh Hart getting hurt, and then the series was already over or by the time JB got hurt. But yeah, you know what I mean? These things matter, but it's a different year. You know what I mean? I think, and to mention, you said that you think the Timberwolves won the trade. I think they won the trade over the simple fact that we just gave up a lot. You know what I mean? We gave up a lot. I feel like, me personally, I think that Jules and Cat should have sufficed, but the money didn't suffice. You know what I mean? The money. Like, and that's the problem of the CBA. You feel me? Like the CBA, well, like years before, you didn't have to match the money exactly, right? There was wiggle room, excuse me, and pause. That's crazy, but there was there was a way that you could have made the trade work without having to make the money match so closely. You know what I mean? And that's why I think Devo was a part of the trade because he's another one of those contracts that's around like the 15 mil range. You know what I mean? To add to Julius Randle's, you know, 28 to 30 that he make to make the trade happen. You know what I mean? But talent wise, man, ain't Cat is nice, bro. Y'all, you tweaking, bro. That kid, the guy's a 24 to 25 point game per game scorer. He shoots 40% from the 3 point range, and he averages his career average is 9.6 rebounds a game. Come on, he's averaging almost 3.5 assists a game as an off ball scorer. You know what I mean? Like, listen, man, I don't like the trade for my own personal reasons and my fandom, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like Cat ain't super nice, bro. Like now, and you put him at the 5, it gives JB way more room to do what he do. Like, how you going to guard? How you going to double team JB now? You got a 40 point. You got a 40 point 3 point shooter in Cat, right? You got you got OG who's a 38% 3 point shooter. You got Macau. Last time I checked, he was close to 40 in 3 point percentage, right? And Josh Hart, he's streaky, but again, he proved if you leave him open, he gonna make you pay, right? So when the starting lineup is on the floor, who you leaving to double JB?
First off, Mikal Bridges. Easily, he got Mikal Bridges. Again, I've seen him try to quote unquote create from behind the 3 point line. You saying he ain't gonna have to do that? You better hope he don't. For one, for two, his catch and shoot game was not like that. Like, yeah, I understand that you could be a two guard and don't have a handle because you're a catch and shoot you cut your shoot player. Yeah, he tried that, but when he abandoned that midi, he said he didn't in the media, lied to the Nets fans. He abandoned that midi. When I was saying all of that about him being an all-star next season, it was because he had that midi. He was saying, oh, we confused about the playbooks, but once you started implementing a style of basketball, you taking more threes than twos, yeah,
And
we
that has to
weren't
do with
winning no games with
that.
him
That has
leaving the office.
that has something to do with coaching too. But Mikal Bridge, I just checked. He averaged 38% from 3 point range, bro. What are you talking to me about, bro? What are you talking to
His
me
shot
about?
selection, it was nasty. It
And
was
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's a different role now. Like, he on your team, he had to try to create. I watched some of y'all games and I didn't watch a lot. I watched some, and I'm seeing him having to try to shoot threes off the dribble, contested 3 point shots. Those are the shots I saw that he was taking. He's not going to be taking a lot of those shots anymore. He's going to get a lot of wide open 3 point shots, bro. A lot of wide open 3 point shots, bro. And it's going to be,
um,
you know what's going to be even better? Watching you be upset how well Mikal Bridges is playing. They'd be like, see, I told you he didn't want to be here. Look how he's playing over there. Look. I told you guys.
I just don't like how he want to go over there and fall in line, and the entire time he was acting like he was supposed to be the man on the offensive side of our team. No, you wasn't. You was supposed to fall in line the same way you fall in line over there. You should have been falling in line over here. Cam Thomas should have got the key. Give me those goddamn keys. You know what I'm saying? And again, Cam Johnson, one of the biggest games that you had in your NBA career was versus the Knicks. We all know the story. Let's skip it. You had like 39. He had like 39. I want to see you keep your competitive spirit because Mikal Bridges did you dirty once he got to New York. Once he got you that contract, he like, yo, I got you that contract, but I ain't fitting to chill with you, you know what I'm saying? You like, I was chilling with you in Phoenix and you was cool, kind of cool, but you wasn't cool like they cool. Like when Mikal Bridges was going to chill with Josh Hart and them, he was leaving Cam Johnson like, nah, you not, you can't come. You know what I'm saying? They said you can't come. I didn't say you couldn't come. You know, it's like a private party. You know what I mean? You don't want to be there type of shit. That I feel like he was playing Cam Johnson through. And he wasn't doing that when he was in the Suns, when it was on Phoenix with him. And he was, supposed to be twins. Y'all was twinning. Well, I don't know what that was about because y'all don't look alike. Anyways, y'all was supposed to be twinning because y'all did everything together, I guess. Whatever. And all I know is when he got to New York, he did you dirty. He wasn't treating you like no friend. He got you the contract. I respect that. Gotta respect that. But I just don't want you to lose your competitive spirit when you play versus the Knicks, Cam Johnson. Don't shake his hand before the game, neither. I mean, you shake his hand after the game, whatever, but don't do the same thing he was doing, smiling and taking pictures. What you want to do? Don't do no damn jersey swap. Yo, I don't want to see no Nets player do no jersey swap with Mikal Bridges. Don't ever in your net fan life do a jersey swap with Mikal Bridges. Please, Cam Johnson, keep your competitive spirit and yeah, give Mikal that work, bro. Give him that work for real.
Cam Johnson gonna look at Mikal. He gonna be like, "Yo, you think they got any space over there for me? You think you think
Nah,
you
he
think
ain't
they
gonna
want
say that.
you think they want me over there? Like, but yo, look,
He ain't gonna say that. Nope.
look, bro. Mikal Bridges was an amazing friend to Cam Johnson because ain't nobody in the world was gonna give him that money. He changed his whole family life. What you talking about? That's what friends are for. You feel me? He changed that man's life. Amazing friend. You know what I mean? Listen, man, you gotta stop being salty. You gotta stop being salty. You're looking real salty, Breeze. You're
I
looking
just
you're looking
he
real
could keep his
salty
competitive.
right now.
He could
You,
keep
you,
his competitive spirit. He ain't got to lose his competitive spirit just because he got you the biggest contract. Does that mean you supposed to lay down for him when you go to the Garden? Still
because
compete with him.
it looked like somebody pulled you out that big green can with the lid. Saltine, bro. That's what you looking like right now when it comes to
Like,
Macau, bro.
yo,
Yo,
y'all really, yo, I gotta speak for my page at minimum. Nets fans do not want him on the team. We didn't want him on the team after we seen that he was the number one option with Cam Johnson, DFS, and Spencer Dinwiddie and Ben Simmons. They made all these players more important than Cam Thomas on the scoring side of the ball. Emphasis on Mikal Bridges because, like you say, he's healthy all the time. And he wasn't showing up, bro. We were going to the second quarter without the lead, and it's not me being salty. It's me being honest as a fan and the pain he put me through as a Nets fan watching his bad brand of basketball. He was wearing a Brooklyn Nets jersey while he was doing it. And then losing to the Knicks and laughing and losing with him. Slapping fives. Rick Brunson came off of the bench.
that sound like to
Like,
me,
what,
Breeze.
what is this?
You know what all this complaining sound like to me? It sound like you should be more mad at your organization for hiring those coaches that had that game plan in line. That sounds more like coaching decisions. It sounds like that Cam Thomas was sitting on the bench for a very long time while y'all tried to make Mikal Bridges the number one option. Mikal Bridges didn't go, hey, don't put Cam Thomas in the game. Don't put him in the game. Don't give him PT. That wasn't Mikal Bridges. That was the shitty coaches your shitty GM hired. So that's where your anger should be directed to, not because that your shitty coaches put a player in a position that his skill set wasn't built for. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. Like what you should be doing is still being mad at Sean Marks because that's his fault. He's the one who hired Jack Vaughn that you were so high on because he been in an organization and he was a player and yada 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 yada. And then Sean Marks did bad. I mean, Jack Vaughn did bad. He did bad. And then who was after what you call it, Jack Vaughn? Who y'all had after Jack Vaughn?
We had Kevin Ollie. He was good. He was better than Jack Vaughn.
He was better than Josh Vaughn, but he was still running the same philosophy as far as the offense goes. McCall's still our guy, but now we got Cam Thomas to be the number two when it should have probably been the other way around. But that was Kevin Ollie's doing. Nasty work.
Yeah.
Again, you're mad at the
We
wrong
ain't a lot of
person.
games.
You're mad at the wrong person that you know that the Sean Marks family did the right thing and sent him to the place that he really wanted to be anyway. with his friends. Like I told you when he first got to the Brooklyn Nets, and you tried to refute that, and I told you repeatedly he wanted to be a Knick, and you like, nah, he don't. He want to do this. He Brooklyn Nets. Now look at you. Now look at you, Breezy.
You don't know how much joy I feel him not being on the team. I think Jalen Wilson is an all-around better small forward than Mikal Bridges. I think Trendon Watford is going to be a better Brooklyn Nets player than Mikal Bridges. Like him not being on the team warms my net fan heart. It's not the other way around. Like trust me, we're a better team without Mikal Bridges on the team. I'm saying that. And we never got a chance to see any of this glory because he never took a day off. And it was detrimental to us coming to work all banged up, knowing he shouldn't be there. He don't want to take no sick days, no personal days. Like at the end of the day, like I said, he ain't no playoff performer, and that's not no opinion. That's a fact. When I seen him in the playoffs with the Brooklyn Nets, he was stinking up the gym. And don't make it seem like this is salt. These are just me regurgitating the facts. He did not have, out of the 4 games that we got swept in, he did not have no good games. He was shooting bad. He wasn't really defending well. And good riddance. You know what I'm saying? Goodbye, riddance. We do not, Nets fans are not tripping off him not being on the team. It's a better day with Mikal Bridges not on the Brooklyn Nets. So joy to Nets fans all around the world. We a better team without those Bridges. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna clip that whole little soliloquy, right? And I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna save it. I'm going to save it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And right before we play y'all, I'm going to ask every Knicks fan I know to send him that clip right before he play y'all. So, because it's going to be ugly. It's going to give y'all work, bro. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it.
If it's the last play of the game, he can't guard Cam Thomas last play of the game. The same way Quentin Grimes couldn't guard Cam Thomas. And King Ribby, yeah, you do be in the chat. I'll be seeing you, bro. You know I cook for 1. 2, you also know that I'm not jocking nothing. I'm not, what you said? I'm on camp. Bro, come on, stop it. I'm not on no man's jock for 1. 2, also, again, I've been a fan of Cam Thomas since he came out of college. So I watched him from the summer league till now. And he's still on the team. So I'm saying that to say that I seen the development of this play getting better and better. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Cam Thomas, but I ain't on his job. Let's watch our language. And pretty much that's it, bro. I understand that it's gonna be competitive. There's no way. I don't think we get swept. I'm gonna continue to say that. I can't believe my eyes. Like I would have to. I don't want that. I'm not gonna see that happen this season. I really don't. I put my $5, and I'm serious about my $5. I put it up already.
And I'm letting you know
Early
right
in
now,
the season.
it's not going to be competitive, bro. It's not. It's not going to be competitive, bro. I'm sorry to break the news. It's not going to be competitive.
I
I'm
think we gotta
sorry.
wait. We gotta wait. Like I know January 15th there's a game. I don't know if there's one before that. But to your point, like you said, it might be 5 games. The 4 games and the playing game because we're in the same
It
group.
ain't Mike. It is 5 games.
It's no way y'all sweeping us
5
5
games.
games without McCaffrey. A 6-on-4 is easier to sweep a team when it's a 6-on-4.
5 games sweep.
It's gonna be a
5 games.
5-on-5, so it's gonna be different now.
5 games
Telling you.
sweep. 5 games sweep. Oh, we gonna pack out. Yo, y'all gonna be bad, bro. Like I don't even. Do you realize how bad your team gonna be? I don't think you realize. And I wouldn't. Barry was good. And I wouldn't expect you to realize how bad your team gonna be. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't expect that from you. So, but you know, y'all gonna be bad, and we're gonna wash y'all up. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful, and then we're gonna come and do the show, and then you're gonna have all these. You're gonna have all these. We'll get them next times. Yeah, I mean, and all these soliloquies about how we're gonna get y'all next time, and we'll live to fight another day. Yeah, all those old quotes. You're gonna show up to work with all those old quotes, and I'm gonna sit here and be laughing and telling you I told you so because. Yo, do you? You really think that Nick Claxton can guard Cat? That's your belief.
I think
That's your
that on a one-on-one situation, no, we not putting Cat on a post. We not letting Cat get on a post by himself with Clax. We not doing that. We that's not the mission. But that being said, if Clax got him on the, if y'all playing like a 5 out and Clax is on the perimeter with Cat, yeah, we trust in that all day. And if he try to put the ball on the floor and get to the rim, either Cat, the only offense y'all got with Cat versus the Brooklyn Nets is pretty much, excuse me, is pretty much Cat being in a post. Yeah, that 5 out defense, we have that advantage because of Clark's perimeter defense and Clowney's perimeter defense. We are not worried about Cat on the perimeter at all. No sweats. No sweats. So that being said, and he's slow footed. He don't get downhill like a Randall. Randall, his pump fake was different from, you know what I'm saying? Like Cat is a better shooter than Randall, but Randall's pump fake is more serious than Cat's, because Cat's slow footed. He can't really get downhill like that. If he don't got no post game, I see the flaws in the Knicks. I see how they could be beat. Y'all don't have nobody to do the pick and roll like Hartenstein did, provided for Jalen Brunson. Like y'all a good team, but y'all I see chinks in y'all armor. You know, I know y'all, because y'all like to think that y'all unstoppable going into next season, but Cat didn't make y'all a better team, and y'all didn't replace DiVincenzo. Now I have nothing bad to say about Miles Bridges. He do step up, and he does deserve his playing time. He was the mayor of Westchester, and he got the playing time. But to say that he can carry his weight and DiVincenzo weight on the offense and defense, it's like overworking him, bro. Like it's just a lot for him to handle the weight that DiVincenzo was, you know what I'm saying, taking
No,
off of Jalen Brunson. Like,
no, no. You know why that don't even that you know why that statement don't even make sense? Because it's a collective of the team. It's the OGs. It's the McCalls. It's the Deuce McBrides. It's the Josh Harts. It's the rookie that we got, that Tyler Kolek kid. I think that he's going to be the one actually running the point for the bench, while Deuce could be more of a small two, which I think that that's his more natural position for him. And that Tyler Kolek kid is tough. He could defend. He's a playmaker, and he could shoot a little bit too. So again, it's not all on Deuce McBride to quote unquote carry DiVincenzo's weight, that or to fill the void pause that DiVincenzo left. But it's a collective effort, bro. And going back to Cat versus the Nets and Clax, bro, he have a career average of 25, 11, and how many assists? That's 3 assists against you guys. Like his last 2 games, he had 27 and 28, respectfully. Like, yeah, what are we talking about here? Yo, Breezy, what are we talking about here? Ball, it's, you know what? I smell barbecue chicken.
listen,
I smell barbecue
that's what
barbecue.
that's what Clax ain't had no help. Now that he got Clowney for help, yeah, he may put up those points, but his field goal percentage ain't gonna be nice. It's gonna look bad. So
And whoever else, they can't leave OG and Macau open on the perimeter to go try to help with Cat. They can't do that. They can't do that. You're talking about 238% 3-point shooters, bro. You can't leave those guys open.
who we leaving open? Why would we leave somebody open? If y'all playing the 5 and out, that's the easy for us to cover.
Who said that he has help? Who's the help? What position Clowney play? He a center?
He played no, he played the 4 or the 5, but he played the 4.
So that means he's gonna have to leave OG to help.
No, I'm just saying. If Clax on the perimeter, Clax can guard Cat 1-on-1. If
Okay.
Clax is not, if Cat is not in the post, he cannot score on Claxton.
So listen, bro. We already got like stats that says that he been putting buckets on Clack.
That's without Clowney in the rotation.
But it don't matter because Clowney gonna get work too. What are you talking about? Like yo, listen, I'm not the biggest Cat fan in the world. He a Knick now, so I'm rooting for him like like nobody business. But you act like you don't know who Cat is though, for real. Like, yo,
I know he
listen,
ain't worth Randall and DiVincenzo. I know that.
he's the only big man pause to ever win a 3-point contest and a skills challenge. Like, that means he got guard skills.
Man, Claxton's not impressed, man. Claxton's trying to play for Depoy this season. I don't think he's impressing Claxton, man. Like whatever happened with last season happened, and that happened not on the Knicks. He didn't do that to Clax while he was on the Knicks. So we're really not worried about Cat. Like I said, I think if y'all do a 5-and-out offense, that neutralizes y'all possibilities. Like we're not worried about Cat. We're not worried about it, man.
You know why you ain't worried about the Knicks? Because
Kibbles and bits, man.
worried about making a play in. That's why. You're not worried about the Knicks because y'all worried about making a play in.
We rebuild
right.
mode.
You right. You got bigger fishes. You got bigger fish to fry. Making the play in. Yeah.
No, the tables is turned. We not even, to my knowledge, we focus on the draft. So whatever they do, I know that the start and end of the game, we focus on the draft. Start and end of the day, the Brooklyn Nets are focused on the draft. That's all I'm hearing. So the record, I mean, it's gonna be this and that. But out of one of those wins that we will get this season, it's gonna be versus the Knicks because I'm gonna get my $5. I'm gonna get my $5. We not gonna get swept, and I stand on that, bro. Like I do.
Yeah, listen.
That's a fact.
You stood on them same words last season, homie. You stood on them same words. You sat here. You said, "Yo,
I know
guarantee."
it's a.
You said you used the words guarantee. I guarantee we not getting swept. I guarantee you were serious. That came from the heart when you said that.
That was from a 5-on-5 perspective. I forgot. I didn't know that a player was in cahoots with the Knicks and it was a 6-on-4. Had I known that, I would never go against those odds. I would have just said, "Well, I'll wait till it's a 5-on-5. Save my $5." But Kyle Bridges, you owe me $5, man. I'm just joking, but for real though. But again, man, like let's for the chat. If y'all wasn't here, I see some new fans in the chat. The game is tomorrow at 1:00. The park, is we still sticking with Tompkins Square Park?
It's too late to change now. This is what we
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We might as well just stay with Tompkins Square Park. We could get some footage or some content. We're gonna be there for like 4 hours, so we definitely could get a few games in a 4-hour time span. Like they ain't Debo winner. It's not gonna be Debo out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, then you know what I mean, with Reds bike or no shit like that. This is a basketball court. You know what I mean? We should be able to get a few games in. And I hope some Net fans show up so it could be a 2-on-2 or something. Like me being the only Net fan there is ridiculous. Like at least one more Net fan show up. Know what I mean? Like there's gonna be Knicks fans there, man. Like try to show up. Y'all know I'm gonna show up though. Anyways, y'all, you know what I mean? Know I'm gonna put on for the city, man. First time we playing basketball in Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I gotta show up, man. We played in Brooklyn about 3 different times, so it's time.
So, in other Nick news, you know what I mean? Some good karma coming the Knicks way. Patrick Ewing got officially hired by the Knicks to be a part of the organization. I think the official title is basketball ambassador. He's gonna be an ambassador of basketball or some shit like that. And from what I understand, I could be wrong. You know what I mean, but from my understanding, he's going to be helping in on the business side as well as player related stuff. You know what I mean, it was really dope to see a picture of Cat and Patrick Ewing embracing on the practice court. You know what I mean, it's really dope to have around Cat right now. to have, arguably one of the greatest Knicks of all time, to me is between him and Warcraft Frazier, who's the greatest. But arguably one of the greatest Knicks of all time, and especially him being a center to be around the organization at this pivotal point when you're trying to chase for a championship, you know. And Pat had all the pressure in the world on his shoulders when his tenure with the Knicks, because he didn't have no offensive help like that really until like later in his years when he was ready to retire, when we got Spreewell and Allen Houston, and he was injured by that time. But in his prime, it wasn't too much offensive help. John Starks, you know what I mean? But he was streaky. But he didn't play with another all-star caliber shooting, like all-star caliber scorer on the team his whole tenure on the team. But to have him here, it bodes well, karma wise, man. It vote well, karma wise. Welcome home, Pat. You know what I mean? You traveled around the basketball world. You know what I mean? Assistant coach in many different teams, head coach at Georgetown. You know what I mean? Now you home where you belong. Oh man, it's great. It's great to see. It's great to see good karma, man. We need all that. We need all that. Pause.
Yeah, now I remember trolling you about this and saying about the trade, this and that. So, I'm not saying they listen to Big Fan Breezy and say, yo, that fan, he's on to something, he's right. Let's bring Ewing back. I'm not saying that they listen to me. I'm not saying
I promise you they not. I
that.
promise you they not.
But again, it's not the same as Vince Carter coming back being the color commentator for the Nets, but it's in the same ballpark. You know what I'm saying? Same realm of things. And again, man, back in the day, I did always, tease Ewan about missing that finger roll, but he was definitely a hooper. Definitely put on. I got nothing but respect for Patrick Ewing, and he did as far as what you would want out of a number one pick in a franchise player. He exemplified a lot of that. So I got big respect for Patrick Ewing, all jokes aside. But that being said, it's still not guaranteed the Knicks will win. I know that. Um,
Ain't nothing guaranteed, bro. But you know what I mean, it's basketball. But we got an extremely good shot. You feel me? Like I'm not as sold as I was pre-trade on us winning the championship, but I still got high hopes and faith that we gonna compete when it comes down to it. We gonna be there. You know what I mean? Competing to be in the finals, bro. Like we can. I still got us going to the Eastern Conference Finals at bare minimum. You know what I mean? Bare minimum, we going to Eastern Conference Finals. Uh, but we'll
no.
see. We'll see. If
Yeah,
Boston,
yeah. It's too
Boston,
early to say.
we match up
Preseason.
too well for Boston for them to beat us in a 7 game series. We match up too well with them. Too well.
I know y'all played them game one. I don't know if it's the regular season or the preseason.
Now, regular season game 1, they get their rings that night, or we raining on that parade for sure. For
I don't
sure.
know. I know the
And
preseason playing to happen. We played our first game the 8th, and it's versus the Clippers. I'm definitely looking to tune in. So time we come back next Friday with more content, I would have seen some Brooklyn Nets basketball by then for sure.
yeah, yeah.
What about you guys? What
Our first game is on Sunday. I don't remember from who. I'm trying to look that up right now. Uh, oh, but yeah, but after I do that, I want to say something else about Cat too, about how amazing of a human being he is. Uh, but let me see the. Oh, we play the Hornets on Sunday. Yeah. By the time we come back, we played two preseason games. The Hornet on Sunday and the Wizards on Wednesday. I mean,
Okay, I
but
don't know who our second game is. I gotta check,
yeah.
but I'm
But
gonna
yeah,
recap.
a dope story about Cat, man. After he got traded, there's I believe he's a reporter, uh, for the Timberwolves circuit, uh, and his kids. He got two young kids, and they love Cat. He was telling a story like how Cat spent time with his kids, gave him like autograph paraphernalia and stuff like that, and the kids was absolutely love Cat, right? Uh, Big fans of Cat. So when the news broke, obviously both of his kids was like really distraught, like boo-hoo crying. And Cat took the time out to call the dude and be like, "Yo, how the kids?" So the reporter told him like, "Yo, his daughter, like, yo, she cried herself to sleep that night." So Cat was like, "Yo, I bet. Yo, so what y'all doing tomorrow?" So the reporter said he told him like, "Yeah, his daughter had a soccer game for like a tournament. She was in a soccer tournament. Like, yeah, we're gonna be there at this time." He said, "Yeah," not believing that he's gonna pull up because he got a lot of shit going on. He just got traded. He got to go to New York the next day. Said Cat pulled up to the soccer game for the little girl. He stayed. He pulled up at halftime. He stayed for the rest of the game. Took pictures with all of the kids there. Signed some autographs and spent time with that guy's kids before he dipped. That's fucking fire, bro. That's fire. Shout out to Cat for being a stand-up, good human being, bro, because he didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? Knowing that he made a connection with those children and gave them time to say goodbye. That was dope. You know what I mean? Shout out to Cat for that. I thought that was an amazing story.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta respect it. Everybody is not so lucky. I mean, especially when a Randall gets honored for having a school, and this very same school that he has, where the children will want to come to school and say, "Julius Randall, maybe one day he could come to our school." No, children, no. The Knicks franchise made sure that don't happen. They said we sending him packing. I mean, somewhere far away. He can't even come just to, I was in the neck of the woods type of thing. No, no, no. This guy is, how you say, different. I think it's a different time zone.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, that's my cousin. I'm gonna call you back, Ronald. But I just wanted to say that is the most perfidious thing that I've seen in such a long time from a franchise. I mean, shaking hands and hugging the greats, sit on stage with the elites of Nick basketball. The very next, in 24 hours, sent them out of here. And it just made me realize the integrity of the Nick franchise should be in question. And then that patch job of putting you in there as the ambassador, I gotta say, very nice touch. Because the way they did Randall, they had to do something for the culture. Because a lot of fans know that that wasn't right. And I listened to the press conference for Julius Randle. One of the things that stood out was he said, "It's good to be somewhere that I'm wanted." And I said, damn, the Knicks was trash before Randle get there. And the fans gave him hell to pay. He deserves better. And he got better. Shout out to you, Julius Randle.
So wait, hold on. You're talking about the integrity of the Knicks. You're talking about the integrity of the Knicks front office need to be in question when a player who helped your franchise get to its only two finals in the history of its entirety sat on a podcast and said the New York Knicks organization is the best organization he's ever played for? Kmart sat on a podcast and said that the New York Knicks organization is the best organization he's ever played for, and he was a net in the prime of his career, helped take y'all to the finals, and these are the words that he uttered. And you going to talk about the integrity of the Knicks franchise need to be called in question when these words are out on Hove's internet? That's what we're doing. That don't make sense. Look. The integrity of the Knicks organization need to be questioned when a player that was on your team fiend to get over here. You know why he fiend to get over here? Because his friends was telling him, hey, all the complaints that you have about the Nets, we don't have those over here. It's nice over here. And he was like, man, it sure does look nice. I want to go over there and play basketball. I want to play for the New York Knicks. But yet you're going to sit here and fix your face and spew this nasty rhetoric that the integrity of the, and not to mention that the organization has been taking care of its star players or former stars for a very long time. Look at Larry Johnson, Latrell Sprewell, Walt Clyde Frazier, John Starks. These guys are very well taken care of by the organization. Raymond Felton, Amari Stoudemire. They get, you know how much those seats that they get at the game cost during the playoffs for Legends Row? You're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars that the Knicks are giving away those seats for free for the Legends to sit. Hundreds of thousands of dollars during the playoffs for Legends Row. Y'all don't got a Legends Row for playoff games. Y'all don't got one of those.
But
And
that's
you want to sit here you want to sit here and question the integrity? It's
I'm
crazy.
saying that's as fans and spectators. As a fan, I got nothing bad to say about Legends Row. But you tell a man, Randall, you're doing what's best for the team. Take less money. And then they sign a player with a bigger contract than him who proved nothing. And say what he want about Tibbs in the playoffs. This is what this is about. This is a championship contending team to a championship contending team. Cats proved nothing in the playoffs that stood out for us to say that it was all worth it. And before I land the plane, I just want to say this last thing. He again emphasis on him being the one who started this whole thing to build, and for him to not get the money he was deserved for the numbers he was putting up. For him not even a sign and trade situation where the Knicks pay him and then let him go. A guy who played that many games gets paid less than a guy like OG who played less than a whole season. He gets the biggest contract out of. It's nasty work. That's nasty rhetoric. I mean, not rhetoric. That's nasty basketball
You want to
ethics.
talk about nasty basketball ethics?
Disgusting.
Nasty basketball ethics is trading Jason Kidd as a coach off your team. You traded Jason Kidd as a coach, the guy who took y'all to two of the only finals y'all ever been to in the history of your team. And y'all traded him as a coach. That's nasty basketball ethic. You know what else is nasty
That's
basketball
back
ethic?
in the day. That's not our new regime.
You know what else is nasty basketball ethics is the way I did Kenny Atkinson. That's nasty basketball ethics. That's nasty basketball ethics. God coached up a whole bunch of bums to make it to the playoffs, and y'all fired them for two guys who didn't even really want to be there in the first place.
We over
That's
that. We
nasty
done surpassed
basketball
it.
ethics. But listen, man, the NBA is a business, man. The NBA is a business. And I wish the best for Julius Randle, man. I hope he has an opportunity to make more money than he could have with the Knicks. You know what I mean? He has an opportunity to do that. You know what I mean? And I believe he's going to
Mm-hmm.
get that bread. You know what I mean? Whether it be
Yeah.
with the Timberwolves or somewhere else. We just couldn't afford to pay him what he wanted to be paid. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't blame him for wanting that bread. You know what I mean? But it's the organization. Excuse me, it's the organization job to put us in the best position to win a championship. And if you have to weigh the option of possibly losing Julius Randle for absolutely nothing or trading him, you got to trade him. You know what I mean? You got to trade him. Like, you're not gonna want to lose him for nothing. And when you get back a multiple time All Star, 3-point champion, skills challenge winner, center. So yeah, you know what I mean? All NBA player, you know what I mean? Probably
I hear you, man. I thought y'all were more of a contender without the trade and
I
with
I
Harden. Staying.
I agree a little bit with that as well, but we still a contender nonetheless. You know what I mean?
I won't say nonetheless, but y'all still a contender
Yeah,
because
we still a
I
contender, which is
don't
my
know, man.
point.
I'm not sold on Cat in the playoffs because I know this is what it's about. It's about him staying healthy enough to be in the playoffs because Randall wasn't. So I could kind of, you know what I mean, see where they felt like, they got to make a move and do something. But at the end of the day, Randall did say he felt like he's wanted there. He kind of put emphasis that on in the media. So maybe there's some disgruntled talk and
Yeah,
discussions that we don't know about. You know what I'm
I
saying,
hear I hear
between
I
players
hear
and
what you're
coaches.
saying about Cat in the playoffs. Yeah, I mean he did have some laps in the playoffs, but you also got to remember when it mattered most, he gave arguably the best center in the NBA crazy work in Joker. You know what I mean? In that series, he gave Joker crazy work and shut him down a little bit. You know what I mean? You can't completely stop Joker. That's just ridiculous talk. You know what I mean? But he gave him fits on the defensive end. You know what I mean? So again, Julius Randle never really had the playoff runs that we wanted him. You know what I mean? He definitely was dealing with some injuries in the last, yeah, I mean, two, but well, the last one he didn't play, period. But the one before that, he was dealing with an injury. Uh, but we didn't never see him play to the level that we wanted him to play. To be perfectly honest, in the playoffs, Cat averaged more points per game than Julius Randle. It's only 1 point, one more point, but you can't really lean on that as to like that's why we're not as good. You know what I mean? Like that's why we're not as good. And
No, it was
so
DiVincenzo. It wasn't so much of that because the stats do match up very close. But DiVincenzo, I feel like y'all took a hit. That
okay,
chemistry between him and Brunson.
to kind of parallel to what I was saying, Shump said some shit that was kind of stupid to me. Iman Shumpert, he was on ESPN. He said some shit that was kind of stupid to me talking about the Knicks. He said that on paper the Knicks look good, but like in the playoffs, they in the fourth quarter they don't scare him because they don't have a player that you can put in an isolation situation and be like, yeah, no matter what y'all do, I'm gonna get a bucket. And then I was like, where was this guy Shumpert the last 2 years when Jalen Brunson was playing playoff basketball? Like, did he not watch Jalen Brunson the last 2 years play playoff basketball? I'm talking about Jalen Brunson was giving people multiple 40-point games and doing his best work, guess what, in the fourth quarter. Doing what? Guess what? Isolation against the team's best defenders. What are we talking about here, Shump? I mean, I give you might not be sold on Cat, but when you talk about the tandem of Jalen Brunson and Cat, we know who's getting the ball in the fourth quarter. The whole gym knows. It's JB, number 11, the guy with the twisties, the left hand bandit. Yeah, and I think Cat being on the floor will only complement what JB does in the playoff because you have to respect Cat at the 3 point line. You have to. You can't leave Cat open. You have to. Yeah, I mean, if we playing a five out in the fourth quarter and is JB versus your best defender, I'm putting my money on JB 100% of the time. You cooked. It's a
I
bucket.
mean,
You cooked.
yeah. Listen, I'm not debating that. This is one last thing, and then I'm all out. Things to bad to say about the Knicks. But I pretty much said all I could. The I feel like the offensive rebounding was part of the Knicks offense, just like part of what y'all do. Just did what it was. You know what I'm saying? You got Mitchell Robinson, you got Isaiah Hartenstein. You had this thing where y'all tap the ball out. You're running the 5 and out offense. You're not getting as many rebounds as y'all getting. I'm not taking nothing away from Josh Hart. Y'all still got him. He's still gonna do what he does, but it doesn't. give me the same vibe when I know Mitchell Robinson is not going to start the season. I know Isaiah Hartenstein was part of that, him being a 7 footer.
You know,
So
you
without the
know, you can
offensive
still.
rebounding, I
Yeah,
think
finish
y'all
my fault.
I was laying a plane saying without the offensive rebounding, I think y'all become. I mean, without Mitchell Robinson and without Isaiah Hartenstein, I don't think y'all dominating the rebounds like y'all were last season, and I think that's gonna slow down y'all offense. I think y'all gonna rely more on efficiency opposed to I don't know the same way y'all were last season, but there is a difference in the offense from last season to this season, and some of that has got to be chemistry. You know what I mean? Like you can't just put it together like it's not that simple in basketball. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna need some experience, and part of the reason, so y'all don't think I'm salty, the reason why I say y'all not gonna get 60 wins, I won't debate that. I won't debate that y'all 50 plus, but 60 no. I can't give you that. No.
So, all right. To point number one, the offensive rebounds. You do know you can still crash the boards from a 5-and-out offense. You know you still could do that, right? Like that. That's super possible to do. Yeah, I mean to crash the boards
Yeah.
from a 5-and-out offense, right? So, and Cat is a 10 rebound per game player. What are we talking about here? He's 7 feet and he's a 10 rebound per game player. He crashes boards, bro. And then we still got Josh Hart, who's going to be flying in, tracking the basketball, and getting offensive rebounds. I'm not saying that it might not be any. I'm not saying that it won't be. Uh, I'm not saying that it won't be any drop off on the offensive rebounds, but I still think we're going to be super highly efficient when it comes to getting offensive rebounds. Uh, and what else you said? You said something else. I can't remember.
But mainly it was just about the rebounding and how it changes y'all a different team on the offensive side of the ball, and y'all will
Oh, you
rely
said.
more on efficiency opposed to the way y'all played last season. And
Yeah.
but y'all don't
Oh no,
think
you
it's
said
good
something
for you.
about chemistry. You said something about chemistry,
Chemistry.
and
Why
and
y'all
to the
won't get 50
chemistry
wins?
argument, it's like you remember when we traded RJ in IQ mid season, and we traded Quentin Grimes, and we kind of like we had a little slow period where we lost some games trying to get a bogey acclimated and Alec Burke back acclimated. But it didn't take long for those guys to learn the roles and and be effective. It took OG no time to be effective in his role. You know what I mean? And I think when you got a player as good as Cat playing with a player as good as JB, it ain't gonna take long for Cat to get acclimated to what Coach Tommy T does, especially because he's already played for the man. He has an understanding of Coach Tommy T's offense and what's expected of him on the team. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Brock works still better than every player on your team. He could be a kitty cat, better than every player on the Nets. Not even close.
Whoa, what was Cat? Was he a number one pick?
I don't know. I could check.
I'm saying that to say, even if he is, still semantics to me because he is there to only win a championship. And again, we did this dance. I'm making sure I get my sleep. Let me not lie to you. I'm making sure I get my sleep so I could be ready for this game. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get my get back. You know what I mean? I feel like I lost last game. I feel like Mikal Bridges did the Nets dirty. I feel like I gotta do this for the Brooklyn Nets. I gotta do this for the Brooklyn Nets fans. You know what I'm saying? So it's I'm about to go get some sleep. You know what I mean? I'm about to get ready for tomorrow's game at 1 p.m. Tompkins Square Park. Brock work, if you're not doing nothing, pull up. Even if you're not hooping, pull up. Tompkins Square Park, 1 o'clock p.m. Um, Marvin LaShaw, Jack City definitely said he pulling up. King Ribby, I don't know if you in New York. We doing it tomorrow, 1 p.m. at Tompkins Square Park. Jimmy J1 said he might pull up. King Q8. Pull up another Nick fans. Hard pressed to find a Nets fan in this chat. Nostalgia Nick, Rogelio's Cooper. Oh man, they all talking spicy about the Brooklyn Nets. Womp bag doodle? Yo, that you trolling us right now? Yo, what kind of name is that, yeah?
Yeah, but yeah,
Oh, I just wanted to say, my son wanted to say he wanted to tell everybody that he was hitting me with the jumper and he got a jump shot. I told him, all right, you good. You know what I'm saying? He can hoop. So y'all gonna see my son hoop tomorrow more than likely. He's coming with me to the park. He loves
shout out to
basketball,
Jay.
so
Yeah, shout out to my guy Jay. That's my guy, man.
say what
But
up, Jay. Yeah, like, come on, you can troll. Yeah, I swear, yo, this dude is such a troll, man. It's all good, though, okay.
that,
But
but
yeah,
yeah,
man, I'm really about to get ready, man. I'm not trying to lose this game, man. Not to none of these Knicks fans. I want to win every single game that I play tomorrow.
yeah, get your shut eye, man. You're gonna need it, bro. Facts.
uh he said cats in the garden. That's funny. He said I will come, but my son got a game to game tomorrow. I hope your son win. Wish me luck on my parlay. Shout out to all my parlay partners out there. If you in the parlay, if my parlay partners, shout out to all my parlay partners. I want everybody that's went trying to, you know what I'm saying, get that parlay. Wish Big Fan Breezy to win, you know what I mean? And you know, I'm gonna pay it forward. You know what I mean? Yo, man, that's how I feel, man. And we gonna do some footage and content. I don't know if we're gonna have time to actually recap the game tomorrow. We'll do our best, but that's to be determined. But yeah, man.
Yeah, hey, I gotta go. Time to put the kid to bed, man.
All right, yo, we off this. We'll be back tomorrow before 1 p.m. and to let y'all know that it's definitely happening for a super duper confirmation. Shout out to Khalid. Told you that's my favorite Nick fan ever. You know what I'm saying? T Times, I took off work to give T Times some work to tomorrow. You know what I mean? We definitely gonna play some basketball. And thank y'all for tuning in, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe. We'll be back soon with another one. Peace.
Yeah, all right, later.